Are you looking for some momentum in your portfolio? Here's three stocks that could help. Joining us now is MarketBeat analyst Thomas Hughes. He has three picks for us that we're going to get to in just a little bit of stocks that are really gaining some momentum in the fourth quarter of 2024. But first, Thomas, let's just give a quick overview of what momentum trades are all about.
I would say that momentum trading is the core of trading. Anybody that's doing directional trades, especially, is using momentum to their advantage. And even people that are doing non-directional trading using option strategies are still using momentum to some degree. And in that case, possibly a lack of it. So momentum trading is really foundational to all trading strategies.
Well, let's get to your three picks of stocks that have a lot of momentum for the Q4 of this year. What's your first company?
Well, the first stock is Meta Platforms, and I got these stocks off of MarketBeat's list of most upgraded stocks. And I don't call them good momentum trades simply because they're on this list, but because the trends and analyst sentiment combined with the news cycle and the fundamental stories all tie in together. And as far as the analysts go, the analysts have been raising their estimates on Meta Platforms and the other stocks on this list and have lifted Meta from lower down in the rankings to the number one spot. So coming out of the Q2 reporting cycle going into Q3, Meta Platforms is the most upgraded stock on the market, which shows a high level of support from analysts. And analyst support can be extrapolated to mean market support because a lot of us traders and investors are following what the analysts are doing. Right now, they're leading Meta to new all-time highs, and they're still boosting their targets. The earnings report is due out end of the month. They're still boosting their targets. I would expect that trend to continue. Meta's story right now is that its year of efficiency, which started 2 years ago, was compounded by AI improvements that have boosted user metrics and revenue metrics. Now we have the virtual reality story starting to come into a little bit more of a fruition with some new product releases and some technology advances. I would expect the upcoming report to be very strong and to continue that momentum of analyst sentiment.
All right, so Meta's your first momentum pick. What's the next pick you have for a stock that could see a lot of momentum this winter?
The next pick is Palo Alto Networks. Now, Palo Alto Networks is in a long-term uptrend driven by analysts. Earlier in the year, their sentiment took a bit of a dip when they announced a lean into platformization. That lean into platformization included offering some free and reduced price products, which impacted the outlook for revenue and earnings, thereby impacting the analyst sentiment. The story now, though, is that Palo Alto Networks is outperforming due to strength in the cybersecurity industry, as well as the effects of its own efforts at platformization. The analyst sentiment has shifted back towards upward revisions, and they're driving the stock price higher. That company also releases earnings pretty soon, and I would expect it to be another good solid report, extending that trend of upward revisions.
This stock is one of those that's gaining a lot of attention from some pretty big name investors, right?
That's true. One of the stories this year is the interest by Congress. Palo Alto Networks is one of the most bought stocks by Congress. And Nancy Pelosi, the biggest whale in Congress, has made a couple purchases this year. I see that as being supportive for the market over time.
Let's move on to your final pick of a stock that you see having a lot of momentum this winter.
Right. The last pick is Oracle. Oracle's only fifth on the list of most upgraded stocks, but that's from being like in 25th or 35th place earlier in the year. It's certainly seen a huge boost in sentiment, and that is completely tied to its shift to cloud-based services. Oracle was a legacy software provider. Now it's emerging as a cloud hyperscaler and critical to AI infrastructure. The last report came out only a month or so ago, but it was better than expected and included a new deal with AWS. And that deal is critical because it means it's now got a deal with Microsoft, Amazon, and Google to embed its products in their cloud, which makes its products available to like 95 or 98% of all cloud users. That is a huge tailwind for the business and certainly is an affirmation of its position as an AI services and infrastructure provider.
Those sound like three great stock picks for some momentum ahead this winter season. Thanks for sharing some details on those, Thomas. You can find lots of videos just like this one right here on our channel, MarketBeat Media. We cover all kinds of stocks that maybe you haven't heard of or some you have heard of, but could have a big upside potential still ahead. Check out some of our videos, stay on the channel for more stock market news, and as always, happy investing.